Born free. Were you born free? Was I born free? The other day I went for a ride in a taxi and I was wearing this singlet. And the first thing the taxi driver said when I got into the vehicle was, "Well, born free, not true. It's not true. When you're born, you've got to pay tax, you've got to do this, got to do that, blah, blah, blah." He started ranting and raving about all the things that make you not free. But it didn't waver my belief, because I know that I was born free. Every day when I wake up, I remind myself that I was born free by listening to my conscience, by taking action that makes me a free man, by going into a daily process by choice, doing something by choice. That means you are free. When you have the choice, when you can make a choice, you're free. You've got freedom. So when you drop into this awareness in your mind, that understanding that making a choice, that is where your freedom lies. Yes, you can choose to not pay tax. There's going to be consequences. And it's not about getting all resentful towards government structure. That's just come about because of the sheer numbers of humanity. If you get more than two people in a room, you've got to have rules. You've got to have an understanding. When it's just two people, you can talk one-on-one and it's very clear. Both people generally understand when there's just two people in a room. You get three people in a room, now there's always got to be an awareness of the rules. When that group separates, or if two of those three people are talking together and one person's outside, well, there's got to be clear rules, or there's got to be a clear understanding. Rules might not necessarily be the right word, but an understanding. But you were born free. I remind myself that of every day. Jocko Willink talks about discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom. I've had to think about that for a long time, and I've had to implement some extreme discipline to actually understand what that means. And the fruits from discipline, the fruits of freedom, you really do start to harness your own personal sovereignty when you make choices to become the person that you want to be. You can become the person you want to be by thought alone. Actions will amplify that 100 times. All the thoughts in the world will not surpass action. Look, thoughts are good, building this process, and then action embodies it. Action personifies it. Action creates that vision in real time. That's why I love working out, physical exercise. Yes, it's good to look good and be strong, but it's actually about tuning into the mind. It's actually about having mind, body, soul alignment, mind, body, spirit, so that those three things, or four things, if you want to add in mind, body, spirit, and soul, or God, or universe, those work in streamline. They are aligned. They are creating your freedom. Okay, so for me, freedom is all about choice. I was choosing to be a slave to the bottle, choosing to be a slave to those drugs. Felt like I had to. I felt obligated in my mind. So these days I come up against that mindset, because that shit still surfaces for me. That desire to drink, that desire to take drugs, that desire to eat like shit, it all still surfaces. So I have to give myself a reality check a lot of times and ask myself, who do I want to be? What do I want to become? And then the next question is, okay, what action do I need to take? What thought do I need to have? What action do I need to take that personifies, that embodies, that creates that vision in the physical realm? You are free. You are powerful. You have the freedom to choice. You have the freedom to choose. You have the freedom to choose, okay? So we've all got this daily choice. Am I free, or am I a prisoner to my own thoughts? Are you a prisoner to your own thoughts? That's a fucking head trip, like thinking about the thoughts that trap you into a certain way of being. I've been there. I've been trapped by depression. I've been trapped by addiction. But I make a choice to cut through those every day, because I am powerful. You are powerful. You do have the freedom to choose. You were born free. When we were born, we weren't born with an IRD number. Thankfully, we haven't gotten that far when they're stamping babies in the womb, but we need to really think about that, how society is moving to entrap a human being from such a young age. And we need to do that through bringing awareness to ourselves first and choosing and creating the path that we want to live. You are powerful.